Barret, Avalanche leader. Barret Wallace is a forceful and passionate leader of Avalanche's Midgar cell. In the broader point, Avalanche opposes Shinra's exploitation of Mako energy because it believes that this practice is harming the planet, and Barret stands at the center of that struggle as both a militant leader and a fiercely loyal protector of his allies. Barret has reach, and rewards you whenever an equipment enters under your control by creating a 2/2 red rebel creature token. It also allows you at the beginning of combat on your turn to attach one of your equipment to a rebel you control, making it easier to prepare the best attacker for combat. A Barret Avalanche leader deck is therefore built primarily around equipment, while also benefiting from token generation and rebel tribal support. The strategy works by steadily playing equipment to expand the board with rebel tokens, then using Barret's combat ability to arm those creatures efficiently and maintain constant offensive pressure. Combo ideas for Barret decks. Combo number 1. Godo, Bandit Warlord, plus Helm of the Host. Required conditions: 1. Godo Bandit Warlord is on your battlefield. 2. Helm of the Host is on your battlefield. 3. Helm of the Host is attached to Godo. Activating the combo: 1. At the beginning of your combat phase, Helm of the Host triggers, then create a non-legendary token copy of Godo with haste. 2. The token Godo ATB ability triggers, then search your library for an equipment card and put it onto the battlefield. 3. Declare the token Godo as an attacker. 4. The token Godo attack ability triggers, then untap it, and all samurai you control, and you get an additional combat phase after this one. 5. Repeat each combat phase. Combo results: 1. Infinite ETB triggers. 2. Infinite combat phases. 3. Put all equipment cards from your library onto the battlefield. Combo number 2. Barret, Avalanche leader. Plus Peregrine Took, plus Dan Lewis. Required conditions: 1. Barret Avalanche leader is on your battlefield. 2. Peregrine Took is on your battlefield. 3. Dan Lewis is on your battlefield. 4. You can successfully enter an equipment on the battlefield. Activating the combo: 1. When an equipment enters, Barret triggers, then create a 2/2 rebel token. 2. Peregrine Took's ability triggers, then create a food token. 3. Dan Lewis's replacement ability activates, making food tokens as equipment in addition their other types. 4. Repeat. Combo results: 1. Infinite ETB triggers. 2. Infinite creature tokens. 3. Infinite food tokens. 4. Near infinite card draw. Combo number 3. The Reaver Cleaver, plus Aggravated Assault. Required conditions: 1. The Reaver Cleaver is on your battlefield. 2. Aggravated Assault is on your battlefield. 3. The Reaver Cleaver is attached to a creature with power 5 or greater that can attack this turn. 4. An opponent is unable to block or kill the creature where the Reaver Cleaver is attached to. Activating the combo: 1. Deal combat damage to an opponent using the creature where the Reaver Cleaver is attached to. 2. With the ability given by the Reaver Cleaver, the creature triggers, then create at least 6 treasure tokens. 3. Move to your post-combat main phase. 4. Activate 5 treasure tokens, then tap and sacrifice them. 5. Activate Aggravated Assault, then untap all creatures you control, and you get an additional combat and main phase after this one. 6. Repeat. Combo results: 1. Infinite combat phases. 2. Infinite treasure tokens. 3. Infinite mana that creatures you control can produce. Combo number 4. Sword of Hearth and Home. Plus Combat Celebrant, plus Smellerby, Rebel Fighter. Required conditions: 1. Sword of Hearth and Home is on your battlefield. 2. Combat Celebrant is on your battlefield. 3. Smellerby Rebel Fighter is on your battlefield. 4. You have not exerted Combat Celebrant this turn. 5. Sword of Hearth and Home is attached to any creature you control that can attack this turn, except Combat Celebrant. 6. An opponent is unable to block Combat Celebrant or the creature where Sword of Hearth and Home is attached. Activating the combo. 1. All other creatures you control have haste due to Smellerbee. 2. Declare the creature with Sword of Hearth and Home and Combat Celebrant as attackers, choosing to exert Combat Celebrant as it attacks. 3. Combat Celebrant triggers, then untap all other creatures you control, and you get an additional combat phase after this one. 4. Deal combat damage to an opponent using the creature where Sword of Hearth and Home is attached. 5. Sword of Hearth and Home triggers, then exile Combat Celebrant, and search your library for a basic land card, then put the land and Combat Celebrant onto the battlefield. 6. Repeat each combat phase. Combo results. 1. Infinite ETB triggers. 2. Infinite LTB triggers. 3. Infinite combat phases. 4. Put all basic lands from your library onto the battlefield. Combo number 5. Crackdown Construct plus Lightning Greaves. Required conditions. 1. Crackdown Construct is on your battlefield. 2. Lightning Greaves is on your battlefield. 3. You control another creature. Activating the combo. 1. Activate Lightning Greaves' equip ability, targeting any creature you control except the creature where Lightning Greaves is attached. 2. Crackdown Construct triggers, giving it +1/+1 until end of turn. 3. Resolve Lightning Greaves' equip ability. 4. Repeat. Combo result. Infinitely large creature until end of turn.
Hi Commander, if you are new here, welcome to our channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. Enjoy!
Non-game changer spells that are commonly found in Barret decks. Firion, Wild Rose Warrior. Double triggers. When a non-token equipment enters under Firion, the original equipment and Firion's token copy both enter the battlefield, so Barret can trigger twice and create 2 rebel tokens from a single equipment play. Immediate Pressure. Firion gives equipped creatures haste, which pairs especially well with Barret's beginning of combat attach ability by allowing a freshly created rebel to be armed and attack on the same turn. Efficient Equips. Firion's temporary equipment copy reduces equip costs by 2 generic mana, which helps a Barret deck spread weapons across multiple rebel tokens, while conserving mana for further board development. Colossus Hammer. Token output. When Colossus Hammer enters the battlefield, Barret's equipment trigger creates a 2/2 red rebel creature token, immediately advancing your board presence. Cost relief. Barret's beginning of combat attach ability helps place Colossus Hammer onto a rebel, without relying on its burdensome equip activation. Power Spike. Colossus Hammer turns an otherwise modest rebel into a massive threat by granting +10/+10, giving the deck a highly efficient way to convert token bodies into serious combat pressure. Red 13, Proud Warrior. Combat keywords. Because equipped creatures are modified, Red 13 grants Barret's armed rebel tokens Vigilance and Trample, making the deck's equipment-based attacks more efficient and harder to block. Resource Recovery. Red 13 recovers an equipment from your graveyard on entry, helping a Barret deck maintain pressure by restoring a key piece of its primary strategy. Color Alignment. Red 13 fits naturally within Barret's Gruul color identity, allowing the deck to add a relevant modified creature payoff without compromising its equipment-focused construction. Wrecking Ball Arm. Rebel token creation. When Wrecking Ball Arm enters the battlefield, Barret's equipment trigger creates a 2/2 red rebel token, advancing the deck's board development immediately. Combat Deployment. Barret's beginning of combat attach ability helps place Wrecking Ball Arm onto a rebel without depending on its full equip cost. Legendary Option. Because Wrecking Ball Arm has equipped Legendary Creature option, Barret himself can wear it more efficiently. Bloodforged Battle Axe. Trigger growth. Each Bloodforged Battle Axe token enters the battlefield as another equipment, causing Barret to create additional 2/2 rebel tokens, steadily expanding your board. Scaling Arsenal. Because Bloodforged Battle Axe copies itself after combat damage to a player, it naturally increases the deck's equipment count and strengthens Barret's primary equipment-centered engine over time. Efficient arming. Barret's beginning of combat attachability helps move a battle axe onto a rebel without spending equip mana every turn, allowing your growing token army to become more threatening. Professor Hojo. Equip discount. Professor Hojo reduces the first equip style activated ability you use each turn on one of your creatures, making Barret's equipment plan more mana efficient. Card advantage. When you activate an equip ability targeting one of your creatures, Professor Hojo can convert that interaction into card draw once each turn, helping sustain your resources. Attachment support. Professor Hojo complements Barret by rewarding targeted equipment activations when Barret's free combat attachment is not sufficient enough for all desired positioning. Gilgamesh, Master at Arms. Mass deployment. Gilgamesh can place multiple equipment cards directly onto the battlefield, allowing Barret to trigger from those equipment entries and generate additional rebel tokens without paying their normal casting costs. Attack repetition. Because Gilgamesh repeats this equipment-seeking ability whenever he attacks, he gives a Barret deck a recurring method to keep fueling its primary equipment engine across multiple turns. Library filtering. By examining the top 6 cards each time he enters or attacks, Gilgamesh improves the deck's ability to find impactful equipment pieces and sustain its central strategy more consistently. Chishiro, the Shattered Blade. Token multiplication. Because both Chishiro and Barret trigger whenever an equipment you control enters, each equipment can generate both a 2 Spirit token and a 2 Rebel token, greatly increasing board presence. Counterscaling. Barret's equipped rebels become modified creatures, allowing Chishiro's end-step ability to place +1/+1 counters across your armed board, steadily improving combat output. Menace pressure. Chishiro's spirit tokens naturally apply combat pressure through menace, which complements Barret's equipment plan by forcing opponents to divide their defenses between evasive tokens and armed rebels. Barret Wallace. Direct damage. Barret Wallace rewards a Barret Avalanche leader deck for spreading equipment across multiple rebels by converting your count of equipped creatures into attack-triggered damage to the defending player. Wide arming. Because Barret Avalanche leader continually creates rebel tokens and can attach equipment at the beginning of combat, he helps increase the number of equipped creatures that Barret Wallace needs to maximize his damage output. Reach coverage. Both Barret cards having reach improves the deck's defensive posture, while it develops its equipment engine and token board for later pressure. Sword of the Animist. Token setup. When Sword of the Animist enters the battlefield, Barret Avalanche leader creates a 2 red rebel token, giving the equipment an immediate body to support. Mana growth. Sword of the Animist rewards attacking with equipped creatures by finding basic lands, which helps fund the repeated equipment deployment that Barret's strategy depends on. Combat transfer. Barret's beginning of combat attachment ability helps move Sword of the Animist onto a rebel efficiently, making it easier to convert fresh tokens into mana-generating attackers. Post your commander on the comments section below, and we will create a video like this for you. Thank you for watching.